Okay, let's do a few more examples of long division. Okay, so what I want you to do while I do this, I want you to take out your paper and pencil or take out your whiteboard and your marker and do these problems along with me so you get used to the steps. So if you need to pause the video and go get your paper and pencil and maybe even your multiplication chart to work on while we do this. Okay, our first problem that we're going to look at today is going to be 48 divided by 3. We're going to do 48 divided by 3. So I'm going to write out my problem. My 48, my dividend goes inside my division box. My divisor, my 3, goes on the outside. Okay? So now I'm going to break my problem. I'm going to always start with my largest place value, which here is the tens place, which is a 4. And I'm going to think, well, what times 3 is going to get me close to 4? All right, so I'm thinking to myself, 3 times 1 equals 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. Well, 6 is too many. I don't have 6 things here. I have 4. So I'm going to have to use 1. Put the 1 up here. And I'm going to do 1 times 3 to see, well, how many was that? 1 times 3 is 3. So I can get 3 equal groups. How many is going to be left? I have 1 left over. If I was doing 4 divided by 3, I'd be finished by now, but I'm not. That was 4 tens. Now I'm going to move to my ones place. I have an 8. I have these 1 10 left over. I'm going to bring down this 8 next to it. A 10 and an 8 makes 18. So here's my new number to divide by. My new number to divide by is 18, or to divide. So now I'm going to think, well, what times 3 is going to get me close to 18? Well, let's think. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6 is 18. So I'm obviously going to use 6. All right, I'm going to put my 6 up here. 6 times 3 is 18. And then when I subtract, I don't have any remainder. It goes in evenly. So my answer is 16. 48 divided by 3 is 16. Let's try another problem. Probably moved very fast for you to follow along with me on that one. So I'm going to try to go a little slower with this next problem. I'm going to do 72 divided by 5. Remember, if I'm ever going too fast in the video, you can always pause the video to catch up. Let's write this problem out. 72 divided by 5. Okay, the 72 is going inside our long division box, and our 5 is on the outside. 72 is our dividend, 5 is our divisor. We're going to find the quotient, the answer. My first step is I'm going to look at my number that's in the greatest place value, which is here's my 10, which is my 7. So I'm going to look at just my 7. 7 divided by 5. How many 5s can I get out of 7? Or what times 5 is going to get me the closest to 7? Well, I know that 5 times 1 equals 5. 5 times 2 equals 10. 10 is too many. I don't have 10 things. I only have 7. So I'm going to use that 1. 1. 7 divided by 5 is 1, because 1 times 5 is 5. So go ahead and make sure that gets written on your page. I'm going to subtract to see how many we have left. 7 minus 5 is 2. That's 2 10s left over. I have some 1s over here. I'm going to bring them down next to my 10s. So I'm going to have my new number to divide by, or to divide, which is 22. So now I'm going to think, well, what times 5 is going to get me close to 22? So I'm going to think about my 5 facts. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. Well, 25 is too many. I only have 22 things. I can't use 5. I have to use 4. Okay, I'm going to put my 4 up here right above my 2, keeping everything lined up. 4 times 5 is 20. Put that under my 22. Then I'm going to subtract. 22 minus 20 equals 2. I don't have any other numbers to bring down over here. This is my remainder. 14, remainder 2 is our answer. So 72 divided by 5 equals 14, remainder 2.